Flat Tire Defender was originally developed for World Cup downhill and enduro racing. However, as it turns out, they work great on a gravel setup as well. So today we're going to just give you some tips and tricks and walk you through a quick install so that you can do this on your own at home. Okay, first tool you guys are going to want to get is a 5-gallon bucket. It seems simple, but having the tire and wheel in this position makes the install a lot easier. Okay, next you're going to need our gravel insert kit, the proprietary valve stems that come with the kit, tire sealant, and a good set of tire levers. First thing you guys want to do is check your rim tape. If your rim tape isn't in great shape, go ahead and replace it. You don't want to have any leaks after the fact because of bad tape. Okay, next thing, install our proprietary Flat Tire Defender valve stem. That's going to allow sealant and air to get past the insert itself. Next thing, when I do an install, I like to leave one side of the tire already seated on the bead. It gives you a little bit more room to work with, and it makes it easier to seat up in the end. I start with the seam at the opposite end of the valve. First thing you want to do is put the insert into the tire, just like that, and go a little bit at a time. The most important thing is that as you go, you want to push the bead into the center of the rim. When the bead is in the center of the rim, it gives you a lot more slack to work with as you work your way around. Okay, once you've got it started, keep working your way around. I like to use my thumb to push the insert in and push the bead down. I'll alternate a little bit on each side, pushing the insert in with my thumb the entire way. If you need to, use your knee to hold the tire in place and just keep working your way around. Once I've come to a point where I'm about 75% of the way done, I'm going to go back and push the bead into the center of the rim like we talked about earlier. And from here, I want to push the rest of the insert into the tire. Once you get it over the edge of the rim, it should stay in place. Might take a try or two. Again, just use your thumbs. Now is the point where I would want to add my tire sealant. The easiest way to do it, since you still have that part of the tire off the rim, just pour it in and set the rim back onto the bucket. Now is where you want to use your tire levers. Okay. I like to use my knee to hold the wheel down on one side and go as much as I can using my hands. Once it gets to the very end is when you want to use your tire levers. And I would just recommend taking very small bites, like so, being careful not to scrape the rim tape and damage the rim tape. And typically, I finish at the valve. That last little bit by hand, and that's it. We're ready for air. Okay, last step is air. It's always nice to have an air compressor, but with the extra pressure the Flat Tire Defender puts on the bead seat and the sidewall, you should be able to air this thing up with just a regular track pump. Okay, there you have it. We always recommend going out for a short ride and double checking your pressure to make sure everything is sealed up before you go out on that bigger ride. Enjoy.